Can you see this? Do you see it? This is not New York. This is not California. This is not some fresh hell you've been introduced to, ladies and gentlemen. This is Oklahoma. This is Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Do you believe it? This is from the TikTok. This is Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Now, look at the kids. Look, we got kids watching the obese man dance around in something he should not be wearing in front of kids in Oklahoma. Is this the Twilight Zone? Let me tell you something. When we said that this was going to get us from Libs of TikTok, thank you so much for Libs of TikTok for shining a light on this. When we've been warning you, Oklahoma, that this is going to come to you, this is what we meant. When I was telling you 2 years ago that you were going to have radical teachers. Hello, Wikipedia snippet. How are you? I'm glad to be back from my YouTube suspension. And it is glorious to be back. But I was just telling everybody. Yes, imagine if you will. Exactly. But yes, I will go ahead and show that because thanks, Wikipedia snippet. This is Bartlesville, Oklahoma. This is the reddest state in the country. If you don't think that tomorrow's elections are important, if you don't think that it's not that big of a deal if I make it to the polls or not, then you aren't paying attention, my friends. You aren't watching what's going on around you. Because this has leaked in to the center of the reddest state in the country. And I just want to point this out. It is not just entered into the center of the reddest state in the country. It's attacked football now. It looks like this was at a football field at least. But this is what we're doing instead of football in Oklahoma. Is we're taking our kids, our little children's. Look at this one draped in a pride flag. Because that's the new American flag, right? Okay, maybe it's not a football game. Okay, no, it's under a pavilion. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I stand corrected. But this is what we're going to instead of that. We're bringing our kids to it. To watch obese men in scantily clad outfits and wigs dance around, putting his ass in their faces. Honestly, would you bring your kid to this? Okay, look, if you as an adult want to go to a drag queen show, great, you do that. You go to a drag queen show. But why would you bring your kids to the drag queen show? What on earth is wrong with you people? Why would you want your child to watch an obese man dance around in a skirt made of tassels? What is this? I don't get it. This is tolerance. This is acceptance. This is inclusion. We have to include everybody. We have to include everybody in watching obese men dance around. Not just everybody, but every kid. Yeah, madness. Gross. Ew. Disgusting. I don't get it. Do you get it? I mean, honestly, give me some feedback here. Do you, what on earth would you have to think in your brain when you wake up in the morning? Okay. To take your kid to visit an obese man pretending to be a woman, dance around and put their ass in their face. I don't know, man. Hi, Mantis. Thanks for popping in. Super chats are open, by the way. You can do that if you want. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share the channel, please. Because I'm taking a little turn here because I can get a bit heady, but I want you to, we're going to start focusing on these, not every show, but these like this, like tonight, because this tells you how important it is for parents to be involved and elect the right people. And as you all know, I've had some problems with the Republicans. But this state and no other state can afford a damn Democrat anymore. Democrats need to go away. They need to go away. They need to be as far away from anything resembling a power structure as they can possibly be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thanks. You thought taking a knee was bad. Yeah. Progressivism progresses, people. Doesn't it? It progresses right on down the road. And this is what we're seeing all over the country. How many videos like this have we seen? It's almost like they're trying to goad us. Don't you think? It's almost like they're trying to goad us. Like they're saying, hey, we dare you. We dare you to have a problem with it. And why on earth, as a society, we've disintegrated to the point that in order to be virtuous, you have to watch an obese man dance around in a wig and tasseled skirt. I don't get that. That's what it means to be virtuous. That's the highest good. And this all started with, well, you want them to be able to feel like they're accepted, right? You know, we don't want to make them feel bad about being who they are. But here's the issue about that I want to talk about for a second. Being who they are, they don't walk around in drag all the time. So this is separate this from the trans issue, which we can get into. Okay, separate this from the issue of, you know, non-binary, which you know, this is a performance about accepting people. Like that's what the drag. That's what they talk about. That they want to be accepted for who they are. But they don't walk around like this all the time. Nobody is a drag queen 24/7. If you're a man 24/7. Right? If you're a woman 24/7. If you're black 24/7. White, Asian, all the above, right? So those immutable qualities. No, you wouldn't put, it's exactly right, Wikipedia snippet. We can put kids in front of a strip club. No. So, I mean, but my point is that This isn't about accepting people for who they are. This is about forcing you to accept people for what they want you to like. That's what this is about. This is about wanting people to force what they see as the moral virtue in society on you and remove your ability to dissent against it. That's what this is about. And when you take the extra effort, when you take that extra effort to put it in front of children, that shows that you want to influence them from a young age. There's this movie I just watched. It was on Peacock or Hulu or one of these other things, but it's about this guy in the 70s. Oh, I need to think of the name of it. If you know it, tell me what it is. This guy in the 70s who grabbed a hold of this girl. She was part of another family. These were Mormons, by the way. And they became friends with this family, and this guy became part of the friends of the family, and he grabbed the 12-year-old and started grooming her, unbeknownst to the mother and father, telling her that she was part of a mission from another planet, and if she didn't obey him, right? If she didn't obey him and complete the mission, which the end of the mission, by the way, was to have her parents sign a piece of paper for her to marry this guy at 14. That was the end of the mission. But he had so manipulated this girl because he grabbed a hold of her at 12 that he made her believe that there was a mission for them to save the world by getting married and having a baby as soon as possible. That was completing the mission. He convinced this girl to run away from home. He convinced this girl to start hating her parents. He convinced this girl to give up everything thought she knew about reality in order that he may be able to manipulate the system and the parents and the family enough to marry this girl at 14 and to have underage relations with her. That's called grooming. And like James Lindsay has been saying on his podcast lately, you can do that towards a political goal. You can do that towards a goal like that man was trying to do to that girl. You can do that to just make kids hate their parents. But always it begins with some kind of shocking incident. So what this guy did in this show is he had convinced the parents to let him take her riding on horses, right? And then one day, he takes her overnight, and the parents start freaking out. Okay? Hello, Rob Mattingly. And to think that for a few months I was considering moving to Bartlesville. I know, right? So what he did is he took this girl and he got a camper and he took the girl into the camper and kept her overnight. But during that, he played some mind tricks on her. He had her wake up chained. And when she woke up, there was things playing over the intercom in the mobile home. And then she found him knocked out and he had a cut on his head and all this kinds of crazy stuff. But he got this girl convinced because of these. And he was also drugging her with what was allergy medicine. Okay. Now, so he did this in a very short time with one shocking incident. And he, in that instant, at 12 years old, instilled in her a belief because the mind is so malleable at that time. The mind is so malleable at that time that she was the savior of the world with him, that they had a mission to complete because he had voices coming over that he had pre-recorded, coming over and telling her this. And the show progresses and progresses. She's 14 years old, and she continues to believe this is a faith. And he told her and convinced her that you cannot tell your dad and mom because they never understand. What you don't understand is that you're special. He told the little girl that you're special and you have a mission to complete. That's what he told her. A friend of the family. Yes, that's it. It's based on the harrowing true story of the Broberg family. True story. Whose daughter, Jan, was kidnapped multiple times over a period of years by a charismatic, obsessed family friend. Thank you, Wikipedia snippet. You are amazing. So, hello, MK. Okay. Robin Mattingly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. So what's for your work? I don't know what you're saying. But now that's one instant. But he got that girl to believe that she was destined to do something great, and that thing that was great was tied to him and his belief system, and that she was special. That she was special. And when he got her to fully believe that at a young age. Oh, thank you for, oh, I got you. Thank you. Okay. When he got her to believe that, what did he do? He morphed it into a plan to benefit himself. Now, let me relate that to what's happening here on the screen right now. Obviously, this isn't them kidnapping the kids, but in a way it is, because they kidnap your kids about 8 hours a day in school. And they implant with them, they have them more hours a day than you do, parents. They have them more hours a day than you do, parents. And if you get a activist teacher, like Tyler Wren in Oklahoma, like Summer Bramier, who's going to constantly, little by slowly, feed them a political belief system that convinces the kids that they are, in order to be good and true and right and awesome, that they must be and must believe that having an overweight man in a tassel have to do to be good. The sad part about this is that they've convinced the parents of this too. We've convinced parents of this too. That's why there are kids at this event. Super chats are open, guys. I always do appreciate that. Like, subscribe, share this video. Right now, I'd love to get more viewers. Since I got knocked down and suspended, you're watching a fat man, Mantis. You're watching a fat man dance around in tassel skirt in Oklahoma. That's who's watching. But please like, share the video. Get your friends over here to watch. I mean, I can entertain you, because if this is supposed to entertain you, it should scare the ever-loving crap out of you. It should scare the ever-loving, absolute insane crap out of you. Because with all this time, so relating back to a friend of the family, that show, that movie, based on a true story, because he grabbed her at 12, 10, right? Thank you, MKOK. Thank you so much for that super chat. I really appreciate that. I really, really do. Because of that, they can slowly morph your child into removing their own identity. That's what he did to this girl. She removed her own identity. He removed who she was and implanted within her mind, her 12-year-old mind, what he wanted her to be. That's what he did. That's what teachers are doing to your kids who subscribe to this DEI CRT queer theory ideology. They're ripping out your child's personhood and implanting it with a political identity. I'm going to keep that up. Thank you, okay. I really appreciate that. I really do. And they're implanting it with a political identity that makes it so, stick with me here, that makes it so if you disagree with the kid's politics, the kid is made to feel that, what? What are they made to feel? That you're attacking their personhood, that you're attacking who they truly are. The last episode I watched of A Friend in the Family, the last thing she said to her mother and father after they'd just gotten her back, this guy had taken her and put her into school, got her to run away and put her in a boarding school in a different state. And I mean, it's insane. Watch the show. But what they had convinced, yes, the Friend of the Family, thank you, Wikipedia snippet, it's playing on Peacock. When she got back, they came to her room and were trying to see her because they missed her. She'd been gone for a long time. They didn't know where she was. They were very worried. They knew the guy had something to do with it, but he was super smart and had removed him, had just watched the show. But the last thing she says to him in the last episode was, to her mom and dad, she says, "I'm not your daughter." She says, "I'm not your daughter." And the sooner you realize that, the better off you're going to be. Pardon me. So, what I'm saying to you is, things like this seem innocuous. They seem like, oh, well, can't we just have fun? This is obviously funny. You know, it's not. It's a fat man. It's a fat man dancing in a skirt. He's wagging his ass in front of these kids' faces. If you were to take away the pride money, transplant this 10 years ago, this guy goes to jail. This guy goes to jail. No. The parents bring him right to it. That's what you do. But this kind of thing over time, right, makes the kid's mind morph towards a political goal, because now, no, there's nothing funny. It's not funny. It's not funny because now if you were to say what I just said, which is this is a fat man dancing around his skirt, wagging his ass in front of people's faces, if you were to say that, you've now committed a moral crime in the minds of these children. You've now committed a moral crime in the minds of your child. And then if you disagree with that and openly do so, that's going to immediately create a wedge between you and your child. Because I want you to understand this whole process, whether it's Drag Queen Story Hour or it's critical race theory, CRT, DEI enforcement in schools, or it's any of these issues that you're seeing over and over and over again. It's designed to remove you from your kids in order to weaponize that child towards a political goal. And in order to do that more than they have been in the past, they have to make the kid hate you. And if they start it, just think about this. Think about how many people they radicalized just in college before this stuff really started to take hold. Think about that, before it really started to take hold. Just the 4 years of college has completely transformed people. Think about if you started at 12 or you start it at 8, or you start it at 4. It's woke children's church. That's what this is. This is an event where 2 or 3 are gathered to celebrate a fat man dancing around in a skirt. So let me take you now to what needs to happen in the elections. What needs to happen in the elections? Because under no circumstances can a state like Oklahoma allow a candidate like Joy Offmeister or Jenna Nelson, or in California, or excuse me, or in Texas, Beto O'Rourke, what a douche, or in Michigan, or in any of these other states where you've been locked down, where you've been told that you have to accept this, all this is moral good, where you've been told that you have to give your tithe, give your children as a tithe to this ideology in order for you to be good. Under no circumstances can this be allowed to continue. And you allow it to continue by electing spineless Republicans, or especially any Democrat right now. There is not a single sane Democrat in this country. There's not a single sane Democrat in the country. And if they try to come off as sane, give them a test. Just give them this one test. You ready? Walk up to them and go, can boys be girls? Or can girls be boys? If they were to say to you anything other than no, do not vote for that person. It's a simple test, but it works every time. They always look ridiculous. You're right. They always look ridiculous. Well, let's just scroll through. I bet you. Hold on. We're gonna go to Libs of TikTok just to look for a couple more examples, because I know that there are there. I know they are there. Oh, let's just see what this person. So this is on TikTok. Now we're going to talk about this for a minute. We're going to talk about TikTok and some differences here of what happens and what technology is doing to your kids right now. Right? What technology is doing to your kids right now. Super chats are open, guys. Thanks. Okay. I really appreciate it. Okay. Listen to this. Let's listen. This transgender activist used TikTok to target youth and their guardians with false information about their gender-affirming care. This activist claims puberty blockers are completely reversible and minors aren't receiving sex change surgeries. Let's watch. Ready? Here we go.
Fully reversible. Fact. There is no surgical intervention happening to transgender children to change their sex. This is simply not happening. Here are the actual facts. Fact. Medical professionals are not giving puberty blockers to children who have not reached puberty. Fact. Puberty blockers
sorry guys.
are fully reversible.
That's
fact.
absolutely
Hormone
not
treatments
true.
don't.
We found this in Oklahoma. I broke this story in Oklahoma with OU Children's. And they got it stopped kind of at OU Children's, but it's still happening all over the state. And they said they as a point of pride, they made this one statement. You ready? What'd they say? They said this. They said, we are proud to be the only hospital system in the state that offers gender-affirming treatments to kids under the age of 16. I have gotten reports, ladies and gentlemen. I've gotten reports for kids as young as 10. So back up just a second. Let's hear this liar.
Are fully reversible. Fact.
They're not.
Hormone treatments don't generally begin until.
Sorry, I I'm almost lost it on this guy.
To children who have not reached puberty. Fact. Puberty blockers are fully reversible. Fact.
Incorrect.
Hormone treatments don't generally begin until after 16 years of age. Fact.
Begin.
Sex reassignment surgery is considered at 18 based on making...
I want to talk about this 16 number real quick. Why? And this is what I see in lots of things right now, is that Republicans and conservatives are saying that they want to do laws where this won't be... They're agreeing with the premise that 16 should be the benchmark. Why are we going below 18? 5 freaking minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, it was wrong to give kids puberty blockers or to sexualize anybody under 18. You can't buy cigarettes, you can't buy beer, you can't buy you can't go to war. And we're saying, okay, now it's this tacit agreement that we need to be letting kids now go into and make these decisions at 16. Have you ever met a 16-year-old? Have you ever met a 16-year-old? Have you ever spent time with one? They can't make these kinds of decisions at 16. But I'll tell you again, this person's a huge liar. Hormone therapies and stuff are not reversible. But do you see what they did there? The little narrative shift. Oh, well, 16, it's planning in your head. Well, as long as they're over 16. No. Hold fast at 18 at least. At least that's when you're a legal adult. Do you see how they're moving the thing back and back and back? Katy Perry is voting Republican and has made that public? No. Show me that. Send me a link to that. I'll pull that up. I got a Katy Perry. I may or may not have known Katy Perry when I was younger. So send me that because I would like to know. Scroll up. I don't see nothing. What are you talking about? Do you see it? Where is it? Katy Perry. I don't see no link. Wikipedia snippet. Can you find that for me? You find it and send it to me. I trust you. So, if you're still around, hopefully you are. Where was I? Let's finish the video.
Certain criteria. Fact. Gender affirming care is life-saving care. Share this post to spread facts. There is no surgical intervention.
Liar. Oh, I passed it on the Libs of TikTok page? Katy Perry voting Republican. Oh, holy hell. Thanks. This just shows what? Hold on. No. In the municipal, well, you know why that is, don't you? Katy Perry doesn't like homeless people living in her neighborhood. Isn't it great? When the crazy left have to pay for their own stuff and they start making better choices? Oh. Katy. You know, Katy used to be a Christian music artist. And I may or may not have spent some time with her when we were younger because I was running in the same circles at a little camp. I did. That's all I'm going to say about that right now because she's not a very kind person at all. And she couldn't really sing well back then. But, whatever. So, Katy Perry's voting Republican. If Katy Perry, trust me. If Katy Perry is voting Republican, something big is happening in this country right now. Something big is happening in this country right now. Super chats are open. So you guys know. I don't know who else is here. If you're here, comment. Don't just lurk. Let me know who you are. I want to see 10 people's comments in there. At least. And give me those super chats. But, so let's just scroll through some TikTok, libs of TikTok some more. Here we go. Gretchen Whitmer is a witch. I said W-I-T-C-H. Wiccan, okay? YouTube, just so we know, okay? Gretchen Whitmer is a witch. She's a lying lockdown aficionado. She is a tyrant. And she looks like she's got the 1,000-yard stare. Here we go. Let's listen to what Gretchen Whitmer has
help
to say.
reduce the economic burden of the cost of menstrual products, especially for lower income Michiganders. Saving people with a period from paying taxes on up to $4,800 in spending over the course of the products, especially for lower income Michiganders. Saving people with a period from paying taxes on up to $48,000.
People with a period? This is insanity, people. This is absolutely insane. Why would you ever vote for this person? Why? After she locked you down, Michigan, you need to put on your thinking caps. Tomorrow, you need to make sure that you're not voting for idiots like this, for absolute insanity. None of your business. How you doing? Nice to see you again. So, don't vote for these people. People with a period. They want to erase women. They want to erase womanhood. They want to erase the foundations of humanity. They want to erase, that's because women are the foundation of humanity. There's no humanity without women, and only women have a period. Only women have a period. Got it? Good. Don't vote for these people. Let's move forward. Whoopi Goldberg? Is she gone? Whoopi Goldberg left Twitter? Yes. Excellent. Okay, so this parent reads from the book Crank. I don't want to play it yet because I don't want to be knocked down because I was telling you YouTube is after me. Please super chat. I need the support because YouTube is straight up after me. They knocked me out the last 2 weeks. I was gaining momentum. They knocked me off the last 2 weeks over an old video because they didn't want me telling you the truth here in Oklahoma. Okay? I'm not going to play this one because it says anytime libs of TikTok tells you that that it's a graphic content, you know it's really graphic. But I know this, we had a guy here named Riley Flack in Oklahoma did the same thing. Reading these books out loud. You kidding me? People with a period. Oh, no. Hold on. Chest binders. Yes, like the video. Share the video. Super chat. All of those things. Beat the algorithm for me. I know you can do it. Only women can have periods. Hold on, let's just put this up. Who is this? Mantis. Only women can have periods. Things. Oh, and hold on real quick. Hit the little bell so you know when I'm coming on. Just saying. I did a really interesting video really late at night a few days ago about Matt Walsh being a whiny little, over. I like Matt Walsh. Just point that out. I actually like Matt Walsh, and I'm actually a DeSantis supporter. But go watch that video. It was funny. Now, don't do it right now. But let's say it's a comment. Only women can have periods. Things I would never assumed would have needed to be said, when I was a child. And again, you're 21. Yeah, exactly. But look, you see with the chest binders. The organization directs minors on how to receive chest binders behind their parents' backs. Again, I bring you back to friend of the family. Everything that he did to get that little girl to trust him and believe in his own private little faith in order to take him away from their parents was to believe things like this, that you need a chest binder to be who you truly are, because the way you feel inside trumps your physical body. But see, the way that you feel inside can be manipulated to such an extent that it can harm you, especially when you're talking about children. We're talking about the same level of person on the planet that will believe until the age of 12 that a fat man can slide down your chimney and put presents under your tree. That's what we're talking about here. I wanted to hit on this TikTok and technology real quick, because about the one we just talked about a minute ago. I remember what I wanted to say with that. Kids in China, if you're under the age of 14, can only be shown 40 minutes of TikTok a day. There's a timer. Did you know this? There's a timer. They can only be shown 40 minutes of TikTok a day. And it's all science-based, patriotic, or math-based. And those are the only videos they see. And so they did a survey. You ready for this? They did a survey of kids in China and kids in America. All the kids in China, when asked what they wanted to be when they grew up, astronaut. Oh, that was the highest response. All the kids in America, the highest response, what do you think it was? Tell me in the chats real quick before I answer this question. What do you think all the kids in China wanted to be? Oh, I already answered that. I mean, in America, wanted to be the highest on the rating. Anybody got a guess? Anybody? No? A social media influencer. They wanted to be this guy. They wanted to be this guy. Why? Because they watch hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of this guy. What you ingest will be what you become. They wanted to be social media influencers. That's the American kids. And the Chinese kids wanted to be astronauts. Because TikTok in China and WhatsApp in China and all of that, they limit under 14-year-old to 40 minutes, and it can only be shown science, patriotic, and math-based videos. And the left lost its ever-loving mind. The left lost their ever-loving mind when Trump banned TikTok. Even though they've now proven, ladies and gentlemen, that they spy on you. Joe Rogan's talked about this. They spy on you. They take your data of stuff you're not even doing. Keep us scrolling. Super chats are open, guys. Would appreciate the support. I'm being censored hard. Let's listen. The director of the Gender Health Program at Children's in Minnesota says kids can know they are transgender from the moment they can talk and not. Okay, let's just listen to this. Let's just listen.
So let's start with how kids understand gender identity. Well, from the age of about 2, kids can understand gender differences. Now, this is mostly based on physical characteristics and anatomy, as they sort and put people into categories, boys and girls, mommies and daddies. Kids at 2 are actually very good at putting things into categories, and they're very concrete and binary thinkers. So this is a fun and easy task for them. As they move into age 3 and 4, they then begin to figure out where they fit. They've seen the categories and they're turning the lens inward to discover where they fit in the categories that have been explained to them, most of which are boy and girl. Now, they often develop more sophisticated understanding of physical characteristics and anatomy around this time, and they're often not shy about sharing their discoveries with us. They may exclaim, "I'm a girl and I have a vagina." And that may happen in the pediatrician's office or in the checkout line at the grocery store.
That kid is super smart.
They have figured out their place in the world and they are claiming it. It shouldn't surprise you then that some transgender kids are also claiming their identities as young as 3 and 4 years old. They know the categories. They know how they should feel inside based on their anatomy. And they also know that the way that they see themselves doesn't line up with other people's expectations. From as young as some kids can talk, they're explaining to their parents the truth about their identities. And I have 3 boys, or rather I have 3 kids,
okay,
6,
real
6,
quick.
and 4.
Have you ever been around a 3 or 4-year-old and they said they were a train? Have you ever been around a 3 or 4-year-old and they said they were an airplane or an elephant? Do you affirm such things? Or do you say, you might say, okay, you can pretend, but at the end of the day, you're not going to make the child believe by affirming them from your place of wisdom and knowledge about reality. You're not going to affirm them for very long. You're going to play with them, make believe with them, and then at the end of the day, you're going to make them eat because trains don't eat, right? You're going to make them do something that asserts their humanity because their humanity is what makes them live. And it's natural and it is fact. When a 2-year-old, like she said in the doctor's office, if a 2-year-old little girl screams, "I have a, vajay," right? That is the 2-year-old claiming fact. But because she's 2 years old and you affirm that fact, you say, "Yes, Sally, you have a vajay, and so you are a girl." And the doctor and the parent at that moment is affirming fact and affirming reality. And when you affirm reality, you create a healthy child. If you affirm a fantasy, you will automatically set that child up for long-term failure. And the left has made affirming a fantasy, ladies and gentlemen. They've made affirming fantasies moral good. So they've made it's conversion therapy. It's literally woke conversion therapy. If you're trying to tell a fact biological little girl, or if you're trying to affirm something that's beyond what is the fact, because what is inside of you does not trump what is outside of you when it comes to your biological sex. It does not. Yes, how to drive your kid crazy. This is destroying kids. And all of the people here are sitting here listening to this like it's church, because that's where it hits you. This whole ideology hits you in the religion bone when it's spoken about. It hits you in the religion bone. If you want to, it hits you in the God-sized hole in your heart, right? Regardless of what your religion is, that's where it hits you, and it implants a moral good. And the moral good now is being flushed into children's minds by parents who think that in order for them to have to be good, they have to affirm what their child says about themselves when they know it not to be true. That is not love. That's not love. If you were to have somebody who wanted to hurt themselves, right? If you were to have something like that, and you said, well, I see how you feel. Go right ahead. Do you affirm that? No, you don't affirm that. Because it will hurt them. I don't get it, man. So, Daily Wire here. Look at this. Just, pure infertility. They don't want you to procreate anymore. They don't want these kids to have the beauty of having a child. I have a child on the way. Super chat. Okay. Hey, 1 second. Will you please don't go anywhere? I have to plug in my computer. Please, just 1 second. Don't go anywhere. You cool? Give me 25 seconds. Hold on. That's the second time I've done that. I didn't lose anybody. Victory. Okay. So, what was I saying? So, I don't remember what I was saying. So sorry about that. Let's move on. Thanks for nobody leaving. I appreciate that. Oh, no, I was having a baby. I remember now. Having a baby. They don't want these kids to be able to experience that. I was always one of those people. I think I was trained to think this way because of where I was at, where kind of the path I took through academia and things like that, that I didn't want to have kids. This is the most exciting thing that's ever happened. I'm having a little girl. When I feel that child move inside of my most amazing wife, who is like the most amazing person on the planet and is real good at growing kids as a woman, because that's the only ones that can do that. But when I feel like when she snuggles up to me at night, like she spoons me a little bit, because I like to be a little spooner and on. Okay, hey, it's all right to be a little spoon. And I feel my daughter kick me in the back. It is the most amazing thing. Why would we set up kids to lose the ability to experience that? Whether as a father or a mother. Stop it. Don't vote for any Democrats. If you vote for a Democrat, you should be canceled. Let's cancel Democrats tomorrow. Especially in red states. I cannot believe that Joy Hoffmeister is anywhere close to winning this election. Okay, so, we obtained audio from Bentonville, Arkansas High School. English teacher giving these students a lesson on CRT. CRT is can be useful, help us become a better society. CRT has very little to do with bullshit. Okay, it has everything to do with Marxism. Marxism is a phrase. Well, let's just listen to this.
I talked a lot about what CRT is, but in the wake of some of what we've heard, maybe I want us to identify some things that CRT is not. Very associated with Karl Marx. I feel a little bad for Karl Marx. I'm not sure he understood exactly how he was going to be framed throughout history. He was an economist who scrutinized economic systems, and he had some things to say about socialism as an economic practice. He had some things to say about capitalism as an economic practice. And he did eventually move toward the melding of the economic and the political in the form of, what is the word? Communism. Thank you. Thank you. Communism.
Oh, no, this guy, I
But
can't even.
a lot of times,
Not interesting enough because he's just lying. CRT is Marxism. It's cultural Marxism. It's, you can just go back to just one thing is whiteness is property. Look that up. That's all. That's connected to Marxism is the biggest thing. And I've gone into lots of videos about this. Oh my Lord. Well, and here it is again. Why don't we just end it here? Because I'm going to start doing more like this where we're just going to go and talk about stuff. I'm going to have some guests, but tomorrow, wake up, vote Republican. But after you vote Republican, don't lose any fervency. Don't lose any energy. Don't lose any boldness or courage, because this battle is just getting started, ladies and gentlemen. Because there are going to be lots of weak Republicans. There are going to be lots of Republicans who want to make money off of the machine you're seeing here. And you have to fight them. Hopefully we have a lot more good Republicans coming in. But I know for a fact if there's a Democrat that comes in, not going to be good. Going to be bad. Because none of them are sane. And all of them have a party loyalty that trumps. They drank the potion. It's all done for them. Cancel all Democrats. Vote Ryan Walters for state superintendent of your Oklahoma. Vote Kevin Stitt for governor. Vote Republican. You have no choice, because the other choice is annihilation. The other choice is civil war. The other choice is data slavery. Don't do the stupid thing. Do the smart thing. Don't. This is Oklahoma. The fat man dancing around in the tasseled skirt. This is Oklahoma. Don't let it happen. Don't let it continue. Do not tolerate this. Cool? I have to go. But I'm going to be on tomorrow. Look for me. We've got a lot to talk about. I'm going to set you up. Go vote. Don't let it happen, ladies and gentlemen. Stay woke. Like, subscribe, share the videos. Hit the bell. Cool. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you all being here. And thanks, MKOK, for that super chat. Really do appreciate it. See you guys later.